Hey guys, so I'm sure you're probably wondering why I only have one eyebrow right now. And it was a crazy weekend, let me tell you. I'm just kidding. I covered it up. Just because I wanted to. No, actually this effect is really good. If you want to cover up your eyebrows to draw on new ones that could be a different shape than your actual eyebrows are. For example, I know a lot of people who do drag, they like to do this so they can draw on brand new eyebrows and use it for that. Or it's also very useful for a bunch of different kinds of special effects. For example, if you're trying to make a vampire effect, like it would be the Buffy the Vampire Slayer kind of vampires, where they don't have eyebrows. They have really defined eyebrow bones, like eye socket bones, whatever. The bone up here, yeah, it's really defined, and covering your eyebrows will help for this. Or if you just want to apply a whole mask on and covering your eyebrows, you can just paint right over top of that part of your eye, so it makes it easier. It's up to you what you use this for, but it is a useful thing to know how to do. And it's super simple, and you don't really need that much. I just used school glue, Elmer's school glue. I guess it wouldn't really matter what kind you used, just as long as it's washable, so it will come off fairly easy. Soap and water should do the trick. Now I know there's different like color glue sticks. They have the purple ones, but I'm just using a white one. They all dry clear, so it doesn't really matter. And although it is a very simple thing to do, it does take patience because it could take a while, since you have to wait for the glue to dry in between. It could take a little while depending, and it depends on how dark your eyebrows are. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to start with brushing my eyebrow down, and for that I'm going to use a eyebrow brush, just this part of it. You can use a spoolie. I don't have one at the moment, so I'm just using this, and you're just going to use it to brush your eyebrow down. So, and in case you don't know what a spoolie is, a spoolie would be a mascara brush without the mascara on it. So that's a spoolie, but I don't have a clean one, so I'm going to use this, and I am just brushing my eyebrow down, and then I'm going to take the glue stick, and I'm going to do a light layer across my eyebrow, and then I'm going to take the brush again, and I'm going to brush the hairs back into position. And it's pretty important that you only do a light layer, because when the glue dries, it's gonna get it's gonna like start to peel, and you're gonna be able to see that. So I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes, and then I'm going to do another layer of glue. Okay, so I let the first layer dry, and then I just put another thin layer over top, and you don't have to worry about brushing your eyebrow hairs anymore. The reason I brushed it down and then put the glue on and then brushed them into place the way that they grow is just so I could get some of the glue underneath of my eyebrow. so it sticks more. But now I did my second layer and I'm just letting this dry. But if you have really dark eyebrows, which mine are pretty dark, so if you have pretty dark eyebrows, before you let the second layer completely dry, you can take a sponge and just put some powder foundation on the end, and you can just pounce it on top of your eyebrow, and then let it sit with the glue so it'll dry into the glue. And this will help cover your eyebrow in the end. So I'm just pouncing it on top of my eyebrow. And then I'm gonna let this second layer of glue and the powder foundation dry for another couple minutes, and then I'm gonna go in and do it all over again. Okay, so I did a third layer of glue and powder foundation, and as you can see, it's starting to look covered, but not quite yet. You can still see some texture in the eyebrow. So now what I'm gonna do, since it's completely dried, I'm gonna go in with a just like a little plastic spatula, and you can get this at a craft store, usually in like the paint section. I think that's where I got mine. And I'm gonna take the glue stick and I'm just gonna take some of the glue onto the spatula, and I'm going to blend it in over top of my eyebrow, and this pretty much saves time, so you don't have to keep just painting the glue on and then foundation and then glue and then foundation and letting it dry. So this is going to be a thicker layer of glue on your eyebrow. Now I'm just using the back of my spatula, and it's just a rounded end, and I'm using it to spread out the glue over my eyebrow. If you don't have a utensil like this, you can easily use the end of a brush and just smooth it over. So before I go too crazy on the glue, I'm going to put another bit of foundation on my sponge and pounce it on, and then I'm going to let it dry to see what it looks like, because you can still see a patch right in the middle that's very visible. So I'm probably going to have to put a little bit more glue on there, but the glue isn't really going to stick. Since I have quite a bit on there right now, it's not going to stick till this is dry. So I'm going to go ahead and pounce this, and now I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to fill in whatever I can still see with a little bit more glue and put a little bit more foundation on it. Okay, so I finished covering my eyebrow up, or whatever patches were left to be covered with the glue. I covered them up with the spatula, just dipping into the glue and rolling it onto my eyebrow. And then once that was dry, I used the I used concealer and then I used some foundation, blended it all in, blended it like toward into my skin, and then I powdered it up to set the makeup, and that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will put another one up as soon as possible.